subtle movements and not wasn't so subtle.
Oh my.
It's fine.
Subtle prayers.
Sorrow.
Hey guys.
Hi.
Hi everyone.
Welcome to this chaotic episode of Whispers for Daddy.
If it's not chaotic, we're not doing it right.
Yeah. So welcome to this regularly scheduled episode of Whispers for Daddy.
Mm.
And it is.
And it will be.
So
I didn't have a good comeback for that.
Yeah.
on this week of Whispers for Daddy. I can't.
Wait, where's the binoculars? I need the binoculars.
Oh, in my handy dandy little compartment.
You have a compartment? I got a bigger one. You want to compare compartments, Michael?
Why does it have to be a competition? I got one too.
Fuck you, Michael. You got one too?
I do.
What the fuck?
Look, it's
Aw,
so cute.
that is cute.
I don't
Okay.
have one. You're a guest.
I don't have one, she goes.
So
Soros press.
This can be my snack cupboard. Yes.
that's his.
Done. Okay.
So anyway, on this week we have Erienne back from season 2, 3.
Hello.
3.
Was it 3?
Yeah, it was 3.
No.
I don't know.
We're on season 5 now.
No, we're on
I
We're
know,
on
I'm kidding.
4.
I'm kidding. That was a kid.
We don't know numbers here,
Okay.
so thankfully you do.
Oh my god.
The fuck off episodes, we just can't even fucking tally right either for
Yeah.
Thaddeus, so it's fine.
That's fine.
Tally number 1. Fuck off, Thaddeus. Okay.
So yes, on this week we are talking conspiracies without Thaddeus because
Fuck you,
that.
Thaddeus.
What's that? 3?
4 maybe.
Oh gosh.
So yeah, who wants to start us off with conspiracies? I'd start, but mine's gonna go on for like ever. So
Arian. Well,
I'm going just fully
Okay.
like fly by the seat of my pants with mine.
okay, Arian, go.
or do you want me to do mine?
Yeah, you start. Let's
Okay.
go off yours.
Okay, so let's go back to last week when we were trying to record for this episode specifically.
Yeah, this is part 2.
The angriness, the irritation, the sigh.
So we're all here, we're all eating, and all of a sudden,
Wait, go backtrack a little bit.
I
You gotta give
can't.
a little bit more context. So we're
what
waiting.
was the context?
Wait, this
Maybe
is
you
about
should
last
start
week,
with the
right?
context.
I'll start with the context.
Yeah.
So last week wait, was this the one where they were trying to be here the first time? Is that where you're going?
Last week,
Okay.
yeah.
So last week, friends, we were trying to have Arian and our also helpful little guy over here, Storm.
Cameraman, Storm.
We're waiting on them to join this episode. And all of a sudden, they get here, one bite of food in our mouths, and the fucking power goes out.
All of
Out.
it. Like
Out
she gone
for
Yeah.
hours.
Yeah.
all night.
Hours.
And so we decided to play Cards Against Humanity for the rest of the night. But anyway, so little teaser on that if you can see it in the background. But anyway,
Easter eggs.
Easter eggs.
Yeah.
So we were playing Cards Against Humanity, but like the whole time I was thinking it was because like I was so convinced that the government shut the power off for a reason. And that reason was that Kaylee was not here, and clearly
The
she's still not
government
here.
And
cares
she's
so
not.
much that she was gone.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that we were recording a conspiracy episode without her.
her.
So the government was like, you know what? Lights out for you. So,
Soros press.
so, yeah, that was my whole like dilemma because, and then Tristan got a migraine, and then there were some other things I don't remember, but, like everything just happened for a reason. I was
Biscuits.
like, conspiracies.
Yes.
The power was shut off
Yeah.
for a reason because Kaylee was not here. She's still not here. We're going good.
Miss
but
you,
like,
Kaylee.
Miss you, Kaylee. I was
Yeah.
also really mad about that
Debatable.
though because I wore my cute eyelashes. My makeup looked perfect.
I know everyone looked
Like,
on point last week,
So
and then
prepared.
Yeah.
the government was like, "Nope, you're done."
Fuck y'all.
Thanks, Obama.
Soros press. This is bad.
But yeah, that was my conspiracy theory from last week because Kaylee wasn't here and the government shut us off. So
Michael, that was the greatest conspiracy theory I've ever heard in
Yeah.
my entire life.
yeah, Yeah.
Oh. I mean, you had a good point. You had valid points.
Like, it made no sense to me whatsoever.
You didn't make sense to me at all last week
But it made
anyway.
all the sense in your head
Oh,
at
it
that
did.
time.
After all you guys left, yeah, it did. Yeah, it did.
I'm sure.
Oh, that's fucking funny.
It was a night. Let's
Michael
just
has
say.
never been more sure of anything in his entire life than the government shutting off the power.
That's for.
You know the really
She
awkward
knows.
thing about it?
Hmm.
He was that sure about it, and like his husband is sitting in the room here. He's never been more sure about anything in his life.
At that time,
I mean,
in the full aspect, no. But at that time, yes.
Yikes.
at that time, probably. She's probably not wrong.
She's probably not wrong. Jesus fuck. Can't.
Because, yeah, it was just a night. That's all I gotta say. It was a night. I was so paranoid.
Well, we found out what flavor flower that
Flavor Flav.
We found out Storm's favorite flower.
Storm's
Yes.
favorite flower. What is it?
Biscuits.
No. It's not biscuits. It's biscuits.
Biscuits. It was just the cutest response I've ever heard. I'm like, oh, it's so cute.
Endearing.
It was really cute.
It was.
He took too long to respond.
You gave him like 0.5 seconds.
It popped in my head. I had to.
If you're not like answering as I finish the question, then it's not fast enough.
You know.
Yeah.
Let's go.
All right, Erienne. What's your conspiracies?
There's so many, but I have been really stuck on like mandala effects. Mandala?
Oh, the Mandela.
Mandela?
Yes.
Mandala.
However you pronounce
The
it.
Mandela.
Yeah, those effects. And I have been researching them so
That's a
in-depthly.
good one, actually.
Like there's so many that you just
I know.
that you just don't realize like the Jif peanut butter. It has never been Jiffy. And there's so many people that believe it's been Jiffy peanut butter.
I don't.
Wait, hasn't there been a peanut butter called
No.
Jiffy though?
Never. It's always just been Jif.
Okay.
Jif.
I want to
Jif.
go off
No,
of this.
that's what
Mandela
I'm saying.
Whoa.
Yeah, I just thought it was Jiffy too.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I love that peanut butter too.
There's
That's like the brand of
Yeah.
choice in my home.
And there's never been a Jiffy.
What about have you seen the ones where they do the Bernstein or Bearstein?
Yes.
Oh,
it's like whether or not
Bernstein
it's like
Bears.
an E or
I thought it
an
was
A.
an E or an A, and I've always
Yeah.
thought it was the one that wasn't correct.
I always
I gotta look
pronounced it
that one up.
Bernstein, but it's Bernstein.
Yeah,
No, it's not.
Bernstein.
Yes, it is.
I've always
No,
thought it
it's
was
not.
Bernstein.
Yes, it is. It's always been an A. Beth, I'm
Yeah.
so fucking serious with you right now.
Yeah, true. I've seen that one
She has
too.
never been more
Stop.
sure of something in her life.
Yes.
Well, okay, I'm gonna go off of this one. a
You're
little
looking
bit.
at it right now.
Guys.
There's this video that's out there where you take. Okay, so here's the thing where you take old cell phones, like the old brick Nokias and shit that
Ew.
are indestructible.
Mhm.
You take those and you like point it at something, like the Mandela effect stuff, the
Yeah.
objects or whatever. You take a picture or video record that said object, and it goes back to like Jiffy. Like
Yeah.
it'll the physical bottle will say Jif, but when you put the camera on it, it'll say Jiffy. So there's
Yeah.
that weird thing going on with that.
Mhm.
There's something where they say we're in a really weird time slip warp
Yeah.
or linear, whatever the hell you want to call
I
it.
feel like Beth's going through something over there.
Shocking.
Curious George doesn't have a tail.
No.
What?
He's never had a tail.
Curious George doesn't have a tail.
No, he does not.
I don't think he's ever had one.
No.
I don't remember him having
See,
a tail.
that makes
No.
no sense to me.
I'm just.
Yeah, no, I've always knew that. I knew that
I'm
one.
having a moment.
I think there was one recently that they like disproved, but it was people that were claiming that like cosmic brownies never had the little dash in the middle, like where you could break it in half.
Yeah.
You know, like the little indent line.
They've
They've always had
They've
one.
always had it. They disproved it, but there
Yeah.
was like certain parts of like the U.S. I think were selling them that they didn't have them, and people were going nuts. Like, is this a new Mandela effect?
Mm-hmm. I've
But
seen that.
they do in fact have.
Right.
Yeah.
So what about this one? I thought was really fucking weird. So I can't think of his name. Sinbad. You guys know who Sinbad is?
I mean,
Actor.
I've heard of him.
I feel like I should, but I don't.
I think you would if you've seen a picture of him or whatever. So there's this thing where he was never in a like genie movie, kids genie movie or whatever. He was a genie in a movie
Mm-mm.
or kids movie, And he himself has said, I've never been in a movie that I was a genie.
Yeah.
Well, it's called Shazam. And it's just a huge controversy with it. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? Anybody?
Not a
No.
clue.
Okay. Let me see if I can find it. Shazam.
Oh my
Controversy.
gosh.
What's the one you just
Okay,
found?
this for all my Star Wars fans out there, including myself, and I should have known, the exchange from Darth Vader between him and Luke. He doesn't say, Luke, I am your father. He says, no, I am your father.
Yeah, that one's gotten misconstrued a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Wow. I can't even call myself a real fan, I feel.
I've literally seen posts on like social media of people naming their kids Luke so that they can say that to their kid.
Mm-hmm.
That's
And it
why I
wasn't
named my
even-
cat Luke.
Wasn't even part of it.
Wow.
And it's not even correct.
Yeah, it's
I'm just-
bullshit. It's a mind
I
fuck.
started Beth on a whole
Rabbit
spiral.
hole.
I wasn't ready
Rabbit
for this. Like, I've heard about this whole like Mandela effect or Mandela. I don't
Yeah.
know. Is that
Mandela.
one
I
too?
think I think
Mandela.
it's Mandela.
It's
But I've
Yeah.
never known what it was. I don't know. I don't have time to look that stuff up.
There's also
It's Mandela.
The Mandela.
Yeah.
Mandela.
and like Skechers shoes does not have a T in it.
Yeah, see, that one tripped me out.
It's like checkers. Skechers. There's no T.
I never thought there was one.
Oh, I always thought there
People
was
have
one.
like made like posts with like the brands.
Oh, I'm on the same website as
Yeah.
you.
I thought you were because you were going through them too.
Oh my gosh.
But they've like made like the brand labels of what they thought it was versus what it actually is.
Yeah.
Like Febreze has never had two E's, so it's not like spelt like the word breeze. It's Breze.
What?
That's some fucking weird shit.
I
Yeah.
just
Oh
looked
my
at one
gosh.
today. Like, I swear it looked like Breeze.
Oh, here's the one about Sinbad too.
Okay, thank you. That's the one. Read it.
Dude,
read it.
okay. So Sinbad never played a genie. This one is perhaps the most bizarre of
This
all.
one's so weird.
Several people can attest that they distinctly remember seeing the comedian in a movie called Shazam. Many argue they're confusing this memory with the movie Kazam, starring Shaquille O'Neal as a genie. But who really knows?
Yeah, because
Dun,
Sinbad
dun.
himself has said he's never played a genie, but
Mhm.
there's been proof, allegedly, that he's actually played this character. It's fucking weird.
There's no word "the" in Smokey's name. It's Smokey Bear, not Smokey the Bear.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that one.
It's the same with like it's not Sex in the City, it's Sex and the City.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sex and the City, yep.
Where there's like a
I think that a
whole-
lot of people get that one
fan
confused
base.
because, like, a lot of people will say, like, the letter N for
Mhm.
and,
Yeah.
and so Sex in the City.
Yeah,
What's
like
that?
they shorten it. I think it's like an it's also
Right.
like a dialect and like
A dialect
accent,
thing,
yeah.
accent thing
Yes.
is like the way people say certain words like
Well, it's
just
like playing
flow into
telephone.
something. Yeah.
It's like words will end up missing or added depending on how you're clearly hearing it or
Right.
the accent or however. Yeah.
I think there's one with the Monopoly too. Like the Monopoly
the
Man.
the
Yeah, it
McGonagalls.
doesn't have
The
a mon-
McGonagalls, guys.
He doesn't have a monocle.
He doesn't
Yeah.
have a monocle, and I always thought he
McGonagalls.
did. Yeah, please do.
Yeah.
I hate you.
These are the
What?
best things I have
Oh my
ever
gosh.
bought.
So, what do you got, Beth? Anything?
No.
Really?
No.
She's spiraling.
So,
I am.
she's got way too much on her mind.
let's see.
Okay, but actually, I don't think mine is necessarily a conspiracy theory. It's just more so like a controversial thing. I didn't actually do research ahead of time for this, by the way. Bigfoot. Is he real?
Well, I have a statue of a Yeti.
That's in Boyden City.
I know. It's cute.
Drive by him every day. No, mine's not a conspiracy. I can't look at you.
That's
I hate him. I hate him.
Mine's not necessarily a conspiracy. That's just like the first thing that popped into my head. It's like just a really controversial thing. And I'm not entirely sure it applies to today.
It's
but
like aliens. Do aliens exist?
They
could.
exist.
I think they do. I really do.
I have an alien phobia. That's
You
a thing.
do.
Aliophobia.
Yeah. I won't sleep on my back because of 2 reasons.
I didn't realize this was a thing for you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
ever since I was little.
I knew that you were afraid of aliens, but I didn't know that was the reason why you didn't sleep on your back.
So, because my thought process as a child, which still kind of goes into adulthood, but
Like, it's stuck.
Hashtag never grow up.
it you are more likely to get abducted laying on your back.
Oh, you're so cute.
So it's like I'm gonna avoid that because if I don't,
Do you also sleep with tinfoil on?
no,
You probably should.
But he will tonight.
I should. Yes, and then the other one is I don't want to feel like I'm laying in a coffin.
Did you know that's actually like the best way for you to sleep is on your
Yeah.
back?
Yeah, I avoid it.
Maybe that's why.
Does your back ever fucking hurt you?
No.
Fucking motherfucker.
No.
If I
no
don't
back
sleep-
problems, but I don't even sleep. What?
If I don't sleep on my back, I have back problems. So, like, that to me is
That's what
just
I'm saying.
wild.
Yeah, me too.
That you're just sleeping all different ways.
Besides on your back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have the back
No
problems.
back.
I can't sleep on my back.
Oh, I
It's not like
can.
if I'm sleeping on my back, I am so exhausted like going to bed and I've probably fallen asleep watching TikTok.
Wow.
That's the only way I can do it.
Well, I don't know. That's weird.
The conspiracy that jumps to mind for me is the moon.
Is the what?
What
Like
about
the-
the moon? Like the
yeah.
Like the moon
Oh,
landing.
I just heard something about this on
Not
TikTok
real.
today.
Fake
I don't think
news.
it was. So, let me see if I can pull this TikTok up. It was pretty fucking fascinating. Well, did you see the fact that who was it? Is it Buzz Aldrin? I think it's Buzz. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know, but he's the one that even admitted that we never went to the moon. We were in a space race with Russia to figure out who could be the biggest and baddest,
Mm-hmm.
and I think we completely staged the whole thing.
I do
Like,
too.
I used to believe that we actually did land on the moon, but
No.
now that I've, like, seen a whole bunch of different things, I think it's completely fake.
I have gone
coming
down
out.
so many YouTube
Oh
conspiracies
my
with
god,
the
rabbit
moon.
holes
It's
are terrible.
unreal.
I literally seen one today, and I was going to talk about it on the podcast, but I can't find out which one it was.
Like, because my thing is, like, okay, 1969, we send someone up there,
Right.
but then, like, we haven't really been able to send any more up there. Like, the
Right.
rocket ships keep exploding, like, halfway through our atmosphere.
Mhm.
Like, nobody ever really goes to the moon anymore. They're like, oh, well, we went there once, we don't really need to do it again.
Right.
Yeah.
But, like, now they send all their machines up there, which is cool. But, like, yeah. Why has it that you've never been able to send another
Right.
rocket ship up there?
point.
That is a valid
Yeah.
point.
Baffles me. Makes no sense.
There's also been, like, I've seen posts on social media about, like, how the moon landing, like, the, like, actual technology for the rockets, we have more complex technology in our cell phones than in that rocket.
Mhm.
And I'm like, that's
concerning.
that is. And, like, that's also
Why
insane
are
to
we
think about.
trusted with that?
Right?
Like I drop this thing all the time. Why are we trusted with that much power in our hands?
Right?
And we just
And, like, if it's
That was a
that
safe
much in
spot,
just
don't
of our
worry
cell
about it.
phones,
I'm still
Think
paying
about
for the insurance.
everything.
Don't
Trying to
look at me
find-
like that.
Let's see. There was one I watched today. It was really interesting on TikTok. So this is why I say I think TikTok is pretty informative with it. Sometimes it's not complete solid facts, clearly, but there was a conspiracy theory about flat Earth, actually.
Oh my god.
Well, the way that it was portrayed, it actually seems legit. They were talking about...
Explain.
well, I'm getting there. So, like, they were talking about how, like, Earth is flat and we have, like, rings around the flat Earth, like, of ice rings. So, like, so they, okay, do you guys know, trying to figure out how to explain this. Okay. So this is Earth, okay?
Look, it came in handy.
Yeah, it did. See, I needed it.
You might say,
So this
wow,
is
that's a
Earth.
nice Earth.
And we have like a huge outer circle of, you know, icebergs or what the fuck is it?
Iceberg. Dead
Icebergs
ahead.
or whatever, and fucking Antarctica and shit.
Like glaciers.
Glaciers,
and
thank you.
ices.
Okay, so we have a huge ass ring around that,
Mhm.
and then we have continents and everything else in the first ring. Then there's another ring of glaciers with more continents. So it's like, it's weird. I'll have to find it. But she was comparing, you know, this conspiracy with the Bible. And you know what some people think that the Bible stands for? It's, fuck. No, I can't think of what it's called. What they say it is. Something about instructions before leaving Earth. Yeah. It's pretty interesting. That's what they, like, acronymed it. Some of it.
Mm-hmm.
But in the Bible, it was talking about, like, how God created Earth.
Yeah.
And it kind of went with the points that this conspiracy was making. And I'm like, holy shit.
That's wild.
Fucking weird. But this is another thing I fucking seen on a podcast. How did we automatically know that this planet was Earth? Every single culture that doesn't even speak our fucking language has already called this Earth.
Bible.
Yes.
Bible stands for Basic Instructions
Thank you.
for Living on Earth.
Yes.
Can you say that in the microphone, please?
Say it one more time.
Basic living.
Basic instructions
Basics.
before leaving Earth.
No. Basic Instruction Book for Living on Earth.
Basic instruction book
Well,
for
that's-
living on Earth.
Okay, that's one. Some other people
That
say it the
checks
other way
out.
too. But yeah, so I was like, to like be, you know, have a moral society in a sense. So I thought that was interesting.
The Earth
Yeah.
thing.
But
is
the whole
what
Earth
is
thing,
it
think
for
about
me.
it. Every single culture, doesn't even matter. Think about it like this, okay? We had people across fucking oceans back in the fucking heydays where there was no boats, no nothing to cross and venture the land. Yet every single person has always called the planet Earth. Tell me that's
Hang
not
on,
fucking
wait.
weird.
How do we know that?
Pin,
though?
1 sec. I think that comes with like translating different languages. So like, for instance, like the Spanish word for Earth isn't Earth. That's just our
Right.
translation of it. So I mean, technically, there's different names of
Right.
what people have called it, but we just translate it as Earth. It'd be
Right.
same like with like the word banana, for example. Like every culture
Banana.
knows that's a banana, but like they don't call
Right.
it banana.
But the name in itself has already been labeled, is what I'm getting at.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Am I saying it the right way to like...
Like,
No?
how did it become such a unanimous thing
Right.
across the globe?
Right. That's
The
what
round
that's what I'm getting at.
globe.
The round
wait.
and flat Earth. It's fine.
There was a like Flat Earth Society group on Facebook.
Oh yeah, it's massive.
And people were like trolling them by like posting snippets of like the posts that they were posting. And one of them was like, we have fans and group members from all around the world. And somebody commented and was like, now say it slow. Because all around the world.
Right.
They're like, say it slow, guys. Come on now.
Listen to the words coming out of your mouth.
Well,
Yeah.
what about inner Earth? Has anybody
Like
heard
the
that
cores?
conspiracy?
What about what?
So there's this conspiracy theory that we actually have an inner Earth, that people are living inside the core of the Earth.
So there's people under us?
That's what they think. There's a whole society in the middle of this planet if it's round.
Sounds like a cult to me.
I could see that because there's like underwater caves and like underwater waterfalls and things that like just
Whole
don't
different
quite
species.
make sense.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and like of course in these underwater caves, if you go far enough down, you eventually come to an air pocket.
Right.
Which
that
is
where
in there.
Atlantis is?
Maybe.
Ooh,
No.
maybe that's why
There
we
is no
can't
Atlantis
go into
theory.
the Sphinx or the pyramids. Ooh. I just
Like
thought of
tunnel
that.
access?
Okay, speaking of the pyramids, actually, they have this theory that, you know, the Easter Island statues, they finally dug them out. So,
Yeah.
you know, for a long time they only thought it was that first half.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they think the same thing with the pyramids too. They think that the pyramids go like down a long ways.
Yeah.
That makes
Long,
sense.
long ways.
Or like
Like it's built up layers and layers over
Yes.
time. So like thinking of it, you know, millions of years ago, it was absolutely massive.
in its
Right.
heyday.
compared to now.
And it's what?
Heyday.
Heyday. Shut up. Sorrow's press. But yeah, that was interesting too. I thought.
I'm not sleeping after today.
But like
Me
then,
either.
but then
No.
think
That's
about
gonna
it like
go
this.
and lay down
time.
and just be like, oh my god.
Dude,
The
Make
next
sure
time
it's
you
not
guys
on the
see me, I'm
back.
gonna be like that guy from
no,
Ancient
not on the
Aliens
back. Of course
with
not.
the hair everywhere. Like,
telling ya.
Yeah.
Well, the timelines are so, like, everybody's perception of time, it's so, have you ever thought about, like, different things, like watching these videos? The timeline perception is so fucked. It's fucked. Like, Cleopatra is closer to our time than she was when
Oh,
the
I
pyramids
don't
were
even
built.
get me started on those ones.
That
No,
is
that
fucking
I
crazy.
have seen a lot of, like, especially TikToks
Yes.
that, like, tell people, like, their timelines are messed up.
Yeah.
And one, I was actually just talking about this at dinner the other night with my family, that Rosa Parks died in 2005.
Yeah.
People think she died, like, way
Way a long
No.
time
in the
ago.
1900s. Like,
Yeah.
no.
No.
Yep.
And then they're like, she has probably seen the first Shrek movie.
Yes.
Which is crazy to think.
Yeah.
Also. Like, I don't think I've ever
You know?
actually thought about when she died or anything like that.
Right?
But when you say that challenges me.
Right.
That's what I mean. Like, timelines, like, that you just don't think about it like that.
Yeah.
Especially with historic figures, you don't think about other things that
Yeah.
were going on in that same time frame that they were alive.
Right. It's fucking weird.
Yeah.
Like, my whole perception's like,
Yeah.
October 24th, 2005. is when she
October
died.
24th, 2005.
Wild.
Yep.
You guys ever watch the TikTok videos about, like, conspiracies on celebrities and their deaths? Most recently, Aaron Carter.
there's been that going around, but I don't know. Go explain.
I don't know a lot about
I
it,
know there's
but,
been a
like, I
conspiracy
know
about
that,
this
like,
one.
there's a lot of controversy on whether or not he, like, actually killed himself or if it was someone else that was involved, because of how he was found. Like, I think it was claimed that he was found, like, in the fetal position in his tub, maybe? Or maybe I'm getting too mixed up, because I've been seeing a few different conspiracy theories on, like, him and, like, Marilyn Monroe's death, and
Yeah.
like, you know, JFK is, like, a really big one,
Yep.
that there are a lot of conspiracies around that as well.
Ooh.
Well, going off JFK, though, his
Yeah.
fucking son,
hmm
and I don't know if you guys remember this, but JFK's son, was it his son or grandson? His son. Son went up with his wife in an airplane, no black box, no recordings, no nothing. Fucking plane's just gone.
Yeah.
In the ocean.
That whole
fell in the
family is a
ocean,
conspiracy theory.
and no body's found. You're
Yep.
fucking lying. You're
Yeah.
fucking lying. You're hiding something. What the fuck are you hiding? And or did they escape and they're now living, you know, under the radar
They're
because they have
probably
to,
held hostage somewhere.
or held hostage somewhere.
Yeah.
Probably dead now, but
Princess Diana.
oh,
That's another
That's
one
another-
with, like,
That's
the
a good one.
coronation and everything going on that's been...
That
Happy
my
Diana Day.
gosh.
What is Charles and Kate's daughter's name? Is it...
George.
No, the
Wait,
daughter.
Charles and Kate.
Not
Charles.
Charles. What?
It's
Kate
no,
and...
William.
William, yes. What's their daughter's name?
Charlotte.
Catherine.
Charlotte.
Yeah.
Yes. There's a thing on TikTok that I keep seeing that, like, puts, like, face to face Charlotte and Diana, and
I've
it
seen
shows, like,
those.
how close of a resemblance. Even, like,
this.
specifically in her eyes, like, during the entire, like, royal coronation and everything with the king and the
So
queen.
many
The
of
way
the
she
looks.
was
Like, she
looking.
just looked so angry and, like,
Mhm.
spiteful and, like, revengeful, and they kept, like, flipping back and forth
Yeah.
from Charlotte to
As they
Diana,
should.
and they
As
look
they should.
so close together, and it's like, Charlotte's gonna raise hell in that,
As she
in
should.
that
Wow.
entire family.
I mean, we already
for
knew that was
Diana.
going to happen anyways.
Yeah.
Like, she's a young girl born and raised in today's society, in the family and in, like, the political climate that she has been, like, thrust into. Of course she's going to raise hell.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Genetically, yeah.
Well, what
Right.
about those situations where so there's one I watched, reincarnation. I don't know if anybody believes in that or not. So there's been this episode or whatever clips I've seen where this little child was just deathly afraid of tall buildings and planes. Well, come to find out, this child died in the Twin Towers
Mhm.
in his past life.
Mm.
Yeah.
Could pinpoint everything to the exact and even a fucking name.
I saw another
Creepy.
story exactly like that, but it was with a woman's son started like having these like weird talks with her and like started saying like weird facts about like his past life, and he recalled going out with dad to do like this fishing boat trip, blah blah blah, while his father's never taken him fishing, and it was the exact like stories of her brother who's passed, his life.
Wow.
So like stories of him going out with like
Yeah.
his dad, you know,
Mm-hmm.
which would have been like his actual grandpa, going out and having these, you know, guys trips, and like even the way that he died, like he didn't like going in the car rides and stuff like that because he passed in a car accident. So like I do think that children, especially children when they're young, harbor some of those memories.
Well, there was another. This is like TikTok, dude, is so fucking full of this stuff. It's just fascinating to see. There was something about if you believe in past lives and everything, is it your DNA? They say your DNA holds several different past life experiences, and I wish that I could like relay how it went, but it's like all these super different traumas have evolved to what you have now because of all the different past life experiences you've had.
And like that's so
And
close
it's
with like
embedded
deja vu
in your DNA, huh?
Like deja vu too, like
Yeah.
deja vu that you like, that
Done this
sense
before.
of feeling like I've done it before but you know that you haven't.
Yep.
There was one which it actually with the DNA, I read or it was on TikTok, it was a story of a little girl who helped solve a murder because it was that like the memory of the murder lived in the heart. She had a heart transplant, and she helped the police find the killer because she had that memory in her like skin. Like she was having like heart pains or something like that, and she was having really bad dreams at night of this like murder, and it was the exact same way that the girl whose heart it was originally had died. And she helped find the killer and like put him away because of these dreams. Like her parents were freaking out because she's having these like intense like violent dreams.
So that goes back with what I was just
And it's
saying
like,
about
yeah,
DNA.
like in your DNA and in your like your organs
DNA
hold memories.
holds trauma. That's like when people have different transplants. They have different effects of some sort. Not from their own, but because of that specific transplant, they're now having these weird situations happen to them that they've never experienced before. Because of that other person's shit.
That would
Isn't
fuck
that
me
weird?
up. That
That's
would fuck
weird.
me up.
That's weird.
And that also could be like with like parental and like generational traumas going down the
Right.
line if it's harbored in DNA. You know, like how you usually have like the same, say, like mental illnesses as your parents because it goes down.
Yep.
Could be harbored in your genetics because they're
Yep.
holding on to that trauma in their DNA. And then when you have kids, it passes down and down and down.
Isn't that
That's
fucking
wild.
crazy?
Yeah.
Damn.
I watched a
Damn.
podcast about that too. It was like
Yeah.
about how your like DNA holds traumas and memories and how it affects like the future generations.
Yep.
And that's why, you know, like as generations get older, like generations get wiser too.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
That
Fucking
makes a lot
wicked.
of sense.
Yeah.
and like the, you know, like the, I wouldn't say it's like a trend now, but there's a lot of like parents in this generation that are like stopping the generational trauma and like parenting differently than their parents did because they have that like knowledge now of like this isn't right, that's not how I'm doing
Seeing
that.
How
They've-
it's coming down and everything, and they're
Yeah.
making that conscious decision. Like,
Yeah, they're
no, that's
recognizing the
not
pattern.
what we're
Yeah.
teaching and passing on,
Yeah,
Right.
because obviously it's not working.
right. Yeah, they're like, because it's like, you know, you are, how I imagine it is you're harboring that trauma in your DNA and it keeps coming down, and then eventually that pattern's going to be recognized, and somebody's going to be like, nope, done. We're going to sway off that path, start a new one.
It's fucking
On a
weird.
different journey.
Yeah. We're going to go on a new adventure. Let's not go down that one.
Throw the map away.
Yeah.
What's the worst that could happen?
Yeah, throw the map away. We have GPS now. Let's go.
We have GPS.
Throw the map away. I feel it in my bones where we need to go.
Yes.
That's how I parent.
That's fucking wicked.
Yeah.
What a
Hmm.
conspiracy. That one just goes deep.
That literally.
That one, like, I don't know. I think about, like, the whole concept of, like, parenting differently and, like, not repeating, like, mistakes and, like, not recreating those negative habits and everything that you get from, like, your parents or, like, your parents got and all of that. Because, you know, I have a 4-year-old and, like, I want to do my best to, like, make sure I'm not passing on this, like, messed up stuff to her, to make sure that, like, she's obviously going to be messed up somehow, but let's, like, minimize that. But it's really, like, fascinating and a little sad in a way to think that, like, there's that possibility that it's just, like, in your DNA, like there's no avoiding it to a certain extent. I think mostly just because like I know my own personal like struggle in life with like mental illness and everything, and I think that like part of it I can explain, but a lot of it I've never really been able to explain why I live with that other than it's a chemical imbalance, it's this and that, like it's fine. Well, no, like is it because like I got it from my parents? Is it because like it's just in my DNA to like be predisposed to this because of whatever factors? Like
Right.
I don't even know if
Maybe
that was a
that's-
coherent sentence, but like my brain is just like going.
I think
right
it could
now.
also be a perception thing.
Mhm.
Like how you perceive, like if you know, say you're, you know, predisposed to like this mental illness, or, you know, maybe even it's like addiction or things like that that runs into your family, it's whether or not you say, well, I'm not going to do anything about it because it's already in my DNA, or if it's like, I'm going to make conscious decisions to avoid this happening, you know?
Or just like, I think what it is for me, like along that line, it's more so like I know this about me and I am like actively making decisions every single day to make it work for me instead of it controlling me.
Exactly. Like figuring out, instead of letting it run your life, just letting it run alongside you. You know, like it's there, it's not going to go away, but I'm not going to let it take the wheel.
Yeah.
You know, it can sit in the passenger seat and be there.
You can be a passenger princess.
Yeah.
It's not a princess. No,
It's more like a
it's the wicked
like a
stepsister.
passenger problem.
Yeah, problem.
Side seat driving.
I like that. I like that one too.
I think that's new life goal unlocked.
Well, going
Level.
along the mental illness thing, I've like kind of thought about this too. Me and my sister have talked about this. Like people that are literally like crazy, not to put it in such horrible terms, but people that are really mentally ill that don't have the perception that we have, like they're probably 100% brilliantly smart.
Yeah.
That they see things differently than we do. And it's like, so like cats and dogs, they can hear things way more than a fucking human can. I mean, do they have a different spiritual level than all of us here right now? That they're able to see all that wicked crazy shit that like they write down and draw on pictures that we can't see because something has changed within their DNA to actually give them the ability to do that. Do you know what I mean?
The amount of things Maggie would draw.
Is it actually more of a blessing than it is a curse? And because it's not the social norm, we've labeled it as something that needs to be fixed and corrected instead of seeing it as a learning tool.
Which is sad. Because throw them right in the fucking hospitals. That's sad. Like the psych ward, schizophrenia.
Yeah.
Who's to say they're not really seeing what they're seeing?
Right.
Just because we can't see it doesn't mean it's not real.
Right. I mean, people have said that too about like say psychics and like tarot readers and things like that. They're like, well, it's not real. They're just pretending. They're just faking it. They're just making it up and, you know, deceiving you. But it's like, what if they do? Like, you can't see what they see.
They probably
you can't
have a higher
know what they
consciousness
know.
than the average person.
Right.
That's kind of where I was getting at. Like, the higher consciousness of somebody else is not going to see the world the same as somebody that has not, you know, thought about this, that, or the other, or enlightened themselves to different things. Yeah. So who's to say that they can't? I think that we are all programmed to be very dumbed down and know very minimal things because they don't. If like think about it, if we only use 10% of our brain.
I think that's a myth, but
conspiracy theory.
Could be.
I feel like I
think it
do.
is because I think you have to use like
I think I use like 15% of mine.
100% of your brain, just not all at the same time. It's different sectors of your brain during different like challenges or activities or things like that. Like you use a different portion, but you're using 100%. You're just not using 100% all the time.
Right. And what if you could?
I don't know.
So that's what I mean.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, well, like I said, I think that we are so downplayed as just humans in general. They don't want you to be at that higher level because I think if you are at that higher level,
I think it's we start to question too.
Right.
You start asking questions, and when you ask questions, they have to provide answers, and people don't like to provide answers.
No.
They just go about your life. Just
Right.
do what everybody does. Do the normal stuff.
Right.
It's like, what if I don't want to?
Right.
Start asking questions.
Why not?
Fucking interesting. It's just interesting to think about.
I can't with you.
You're done.
Cut off.
And it will be.
Somebody say.
But anyway,
The real conspiracy is that all these people were put into my life to destroy me.
I don't think that's a conspiracy. That's
It's feeling a certain type of way right now.
but see, I think that kind of is. I mean, it could be a conspiracy, and not
Yeah.
really a conspiracy, but like I always believe that certain people come in your life for a specific reason.
People come into your life. It's like along the whole lines of like some people are brought into your life for chapters. Some
Right.
people are meant to be there for the rest. And especially the ones that are the chapters, they're either there to teach you a lesson or to show you, oh, yeah. There's a whole TikTok about it that I was just watching
Mhm.
about how in your life you'll experience mirrors, windows,
Oh, interesting.
and walls maybe.
Okay.
And the people that are in your life that are mirrors are meant to come into your life to show you something about yourself so you can learn a lesson based on your actions. And I think either like improve upon or just like see that like you're succeeding with something. The walls are to challenge you, to help you grow. And then like the windows are to, oh God, what was it? To see like what could be and to like
The possibilities.
see your possibilities. Yeah, I think something along those lines.
Like your potential.
protect.
I might be a little
accurate.
off on that
Right.
because it's been like a
Right.
whole day since I watched it.
Mhm.
But yeah, like not everybody is a forever thing. Some people really
Mhm.
are just like moments in your life and
Yep.
chapters for all sorts of different reasons.
But see, that's what I'm saying about like being more in a higher conscious level than some other people, because some people do not even see it like that.
Right.
True.
You know what I mean?
True.
I think we also sometimes forget, like, people can come into our lives to, like, teach us something, but we also might be coming into somebody else's life to teach them something.
Yes,
and that
absolutely.
sometimes things just, like, fizzle because you're done teaching them whatever
Right.
you
They've
needed to
learned the
teach them.
lesson.
Right.
And, like, they're not leaving you. They're just progressing out of that stage of life.
Right. But like I said again, I don't feel that it's happenstance that we just hang out. I think there is a reason for it. Like
Mhm.
it's just not. It's not random to me.
yeah, we
Right, I
all
think
hate
it's-
people.
Huh?
Yeah, we all
What?
hate people.
We all hate people. Dude, we're so different, but like we're so different. We hate people, but like the dynamic that we have fucking works.
It's like-
how
it's
did
like
those
puzzle
relationships
pieces.
work?
It's like
Right.
puzzle pieces. Every single one is different, but they all fit
Fit.
together
Yes.
and work together to make it.
Who's the corner piece?
that one.
I just
know
want to
it's
know what's
funny.
on the puzzle.
I think that you might be the piece that's like hanging out outside of the box. Like, where's this piece?
I'm the
I-
one
No,
left
no,
on the
that's Haley.
carpet
That's Haley.
underneath the table.
Haley's the piece that's like not even in the box. She's missing because you're not
yeah,
here.
the one that the company forgot to put in there.
Yeah.
Forgot.
You get it done and you're waiting for that last little click and you're like, what the fuck is it?
Oh my gosh. You know what my mom does when she does puzzles and she has those pieces? She'll take like a piece of cardboard and cut it out and like color it in the closest of the background where the puzzle
love
piece
that.
goes. And she just makes her own puzzle piece.
That's
I
cute.
love that because
That's
she's like,
cute.
you ain't ruining my day.
I'm finishing
I'm
this.
finishing this puzzle.
Can't see all the
whether
haters
y'all
when I
like-
got my love glasses on.
That's cute. But,
And if that's not a vibe.
so very interesting shit.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
That's all I had, man.
Yeah.
5 minutes, bitch. That's what that means.
Fuck off.
I thought
We
you
knew
were
it was 5 minutes.
No,
I
he
thought-
did. He's
I
like,
didn't.
I thought that you were just
Sonos, Sonos press. Oh shit.
I just.
Michael,
But-
he was just giving us the Princess Diana.
Yeah.
The wave.
Did you guys know there's like an actual method to learn how to wave like a
elbow,
princess?
elbow,
It's
wrist, wrist.
elbow, elbow, wrist, wrist, wipe a tear, blow a kiss.
Oh, okay.
I used to practice that on the fair, on the merry-go-round at the Grand Traverse Mall.
Huh.
Well,
Hmm.
Beth.
Well, are you surprised?
No.
Would you
I'm
expect
really not.
anything else?
No.
Mm.
How else am I supposed to ascend into royalty?
What, a royal pain in my ass? That's what it feels like.
Sorrow.
Sorrow.
Cut off. Cut the fuck off.
Anyway.
So, here's a conspiracy for you guys.
You need to put those down.
Are you ready? I
I'm ready.
just thought of one.
Yes.
Have you guys heard
Shut
this?
the fuck up, bitch.
This is a really good one, okay? I saved this
She's
one.
serious about this.
I am. I saved this one for last.
No, she didn't say this for last. She just found it. Okay,
No, I've
go ahead.
actually known this
Oh.
one.
Oh, she's actually known it. Okay.
She remembered it.
Conspiracy theory. We may or may not have really awesome merch.
May or may not. Still want the shoes.
I
Does
still
that
do
mean I get a
too.
gold star? That was so smooth, though.
You want to know why you don't get a gold star?
Why?
Because you're not wearing your shirt.
I don't
Oh.
care.
But I am.
I
Just look
don't
at the
care.
left boob right here.
It's not even real
fine.
merch that they can buy. It's an exclusive shirt.
That is true.
That's
Still.
the
This is the logo.
It is the logo.
but not on an official shirt.
None of these guys thought of it. But yeah, real stuff.
No.
Merch. Check it out.
Yeah.
There's a fanny pack.
Yeah.
And shoes.
There's a
Yeah.
fanny pack.
And shoes and shorts.
Yeah.
Shirts.
Shoes.
Shoes.
Shorts.
Oh my god.
Where can they get it?
On
On the website.
the website.
Online.
That's linked underneath.
Online.
You're going to add that in
You
there,
can get it
Tristan.
on the internet. Is it whispersfordaddy.com?
That's one way to get there.
Whispersfordaddy.com.
We don't even know how to get our own merch. This is sad.
That's one way to get there.
Any questions, just ask Podcast
If you
God.
text
He
the
knows.
podcast God, he can send you a link.
Just bother
No.
him all day. Just
See,
bother
I
him.
was doing so good until you asked that question. Like, I didn't study that part.
Are we still doing our Amazon affiliate link?
Yes, we are. Beth, what's our website?
Whispersfordaddy.com. I don't know. Why are you asking me?
Whispers the number 4.
Daddy.
Don't ask me.
I was
just gonna say I thought it was the
stuff.
number.
See, there's so many different. Yeah. Anyway, moving on.
Don't
So with
ask
our
me questions
Amazon
about
affiliate
remembering
link,
stuff.
we're gonna get some items that you like,
Yeah,
and you're gonna have
because-
to give it to Podcast God so he can add them in there so you can see what Erienne buys.
Yeah.
It's going to be
It's-
all of our kitchen stuff.
Yes,
It's
because
kitchen
apparently,
thing.
apparently have a lot of cool kitchen gadgets.
A
So,
ricer.
A ricer.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They're very
Do you
fascinated
guys
with my
have the
potato
thing to make
ricers.
the-
Michael.
Do you have the thing to make the zoodles?
Correction.
I do.
Wait,
The
what is
zoodle
it?
Maker.
Yeah, the zoodle.
The zoodle maker. Zucchini noodle maker.
Yeah,
zoodle.
no, I'm good.
Zucchini
I'm
noodle
good.
maker. Zoodle.
I'm good. I don't know. That does not qualify as an Italian. That does not qualify as fucking pasta.
How about the Mamma Mia? It's an American.
Yeah.
It's an American
I don't
zucchini
really know.
spaghetti.
So
You gotta have the hand in there.
on all that note,
Before we get canceled.
before I have to pee myself,
Just
we
do
gotta
it.
go.
We gotta go.
Gotta go.
Bye.
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 That's fucked
Oh, my
up.
voice is cracked.
Bye.
Night, night, little podcast. No ifs, ands, or buts. We're gonna end the show right here. There's no need to fuss. The gang all says goodnight.
Good night.
Good night. All our friends say goodnight too.
Good night.
Au revoir, goodbye, and bon voyage. We'll be back real soon. That was much better.